Hi.
Hi, I'm
What's your name?
Samaya.
Samaya, nice to meet you. I'm Candace.
Nice to meet you too. So my question for you is, statistics show that 60% of women who are murdered by their intimate partners, murdered by someone that they are in close relations with. That's according to the UN from 2023.
Yeah.
So how is it that, women are so valued, quote unquote, in the home, and yet that's the place where they're at the most danger?
Okay, so I'm not sure what that has to do with the sexual revolution.
Right, the sexual revolution.
The first claim.
The sexual revolution gave.
I'm happy to answer it. I'm just saying that, if you broaden that statistic, you are more likely in general just to be murdered by somebody you know. So, of course.
But men are much less likely to be murdered by, their
That's not
partners.
true.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm sure, because men are less likely to be murdered by women. Full stop. Yeah, exactly. So that statistic makes sense to me. I'm still not sure how this
The perfect time. It was the early 1800s, and the US had just thrown off England to become a new country, and it was going through some massive growing pains. Most of these new Americans who had just left the old world rejected a lot of old world things, namely religion. Only 10% of white Americans regularly attended church at this time. So to help revive God, you have all these super charismatic preachers who left the cities and went out to the countryside to preach. And this led to an explosion of religious thought, especially in upstate New York. So now you have all these hyper-reformist religions that were replacing old-style authoritarian-type churches. All these new wild religious flavors that were more emotional, expressive, and personal. I mean, none of us were alive at this time, but you can kind of imagine, this brand new country founded on these new ideals. It was unprecedented times. America felt special and different, but also kind of scary. Revolution in the new world.
First chatted about, I think it was in the summer.
It was before I think your races kicked off.
Maybe it was before the 200s even
It was a while
started.
ago. I mean, I was still in Texas at that point.
Yeah, but I love our conversations, both on and off the mic. I mean, I said it earlier. I'm like, we probably should have hit record.
At dinner last night.
At dinner, last night's conversation was a real raw good conversation. And
I was talking to staff after we left dinner last night.
Yeah.
And we talked about this briefly at dinner, but there's certain people you can spend time with and conversation stays surface level the entire time.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, let's just make it through this. Then there's people that you can sometimes meet instantaneously and just connect with. And you skip the surface level and you instantly go into deep conversation. And I think it's partly because both parties are willing to be vulnerable and share parts of their life that aren't perfect.
Even at 60 plus, still risks his life for his dream. He doesn't use stuntmen. He doesn't play it safe. He hangs off planes. He climbs the tallest buildings. Not for money, not for fame, but because he believes. If you do something, give it everything. This is the story of Tom Cruise. And no, this video is not just a biography. This is a lesson in focus, pain, obsession, discipline, heartbreak, love, and comeback. And most importantly, you will learn English through every second of it. I will use simple, clear English so you can enjoy the story and practice listening. You will learn new words, sentences, and ways to speak powerfully, just by watching. So don't just watch with your eyes. Watch with
I think so also because I've been using the weight loss medications since they were first available back in 2010, but the first one was in 2005 for type 2 diabetes. But off-label, we've been using them for almost 20 years now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like I have enough expertise with these medications. I saw this coming way before it actually made so much news, right?
So were you already seeing patients within your practice using the medication off-label before it became this hit
Since
story?
2010, when Victoza came out. Mm-hmm. Actually, Bayera was the first one in 2005. But it was very, very new. So in 2010, Victoza was approved for type 2 diabetes as a daily injection. Mm-hmm. And when we started using it, because it was a new drug, we were seeing patients coming back with better glucose control and weight loss. But because it doesn't cause hypoglycemia, then we started using it off-label, Victoza back then, for weight loss with
who has shared so much of their lives online, this silence spoke volumes to many. On the other hand, Alexis Ohanian has continued to share aspects of his life on his social media platforms, including posts about his public appearances and his role as a father. Yet, Serena is conspicuously absent from these posts as well. This mutual absence from each other's online lives has led fans and followers to question whether the couple is still as solid as they once appeared. However, amid the swirling rumors and speculations, Alexis made a subtle yet impactful move that seemed to address the gossip without directly confronting it. On July 5th, he posted a photo on Instagram of himself and Serena dining together. The selfie, which shows Serena smiling warmly as she leans in towards Alexis, who is seated beside
tennis player get used to stress on court, but tonight I'm stressed for different reason. But you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm super excited for what is coming up tonight. We will try to show you what it takes to be a tennis player and the challenges that goes with it. To do so, we have 3 of the best tennis players with us tonight. So please help me welcome Elena Rybakina, Jasmine Paolini, and Maria Sakkari.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever you want. Okay.
Hello. Sorry, we're turning my back.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here with us. It's a pleasure. We already had Maria in the episode, but Jasmine and Elena, we've been like chasing them for a while. So thank you to Liz for making it happen. We usually start with the question.
Mel C, and it's got to be Sally Morgan as well.
I know. Mel and Sally both got your books, didn't they?
I know. How kind of them.
You haven't read a single one.
No, not yet. No, because I've been putting my wine on top of them both for night. And then by the time I get around to opening up the front cover, I'm like, I need to go to sleep now.
So you're using Mel C's autobiography as a coaster?
Yeah, but Mel loves me, so it's fine. I know she'll understand.
She understands. Well, for those that, I was going to say for those that don't know you, introduce yourself, but who bloody cares? Everyone knows who you are. Everyone see you fart on bloody TikTok all the time.
No, don't lie. That was you.
No, don't. We're not having this argument right now. It was Mum.
It was Mum.
Once.
Twice.
3 times 11.
3 times 11. Oh my God. Well, George and I thought we would compile together like some fun facts so people get to know you a bit more.
Right.
You know, outside of TikTok. So, George, if we get them up and we can go through.